Man, literally in my last video on Far Cry 6, I said how it was crazy that Ubisoft still had some tricks up their sleeve when it comes to Far Cry 6. And the tricks don't stop. What's going on, everyone? My name's Chicken Tenderbris, and today we're going to talk about Far Cry 6's latest trailer, outlining so much post-launch content. And all of it was insanely hype. From free content like weekly missions and special ops, to delivering tacos with machete, joining a wannabe Rambo to fight the Yaren military, and saving chorizo from the Upside Down, straight out of Stranger Things, probably the most unexpected tie-over from the bunch. All of that is packed on top of the already incredibly exciting Villains DLC, where you'll play as Voss, Pagan Min, and Joseph Seed from the past Far Cry games, which we got new details on too. First off, let's talk about some of the quicker things to cover here. With weekly operations, we'll be given new missions to complete, with hopefully some pretty unique objectives to complete within them. In the last video, I was saying it would be great to see operations be a form of free content, maybe offer some as updates or downloadable content in the future, free downloadable content that is. And damn it, I'm psychic or something, because that's exactly what it is. It won't fully fill what community-made content offered to Far Cry 5, but I think it will be a really nice alternative, and if Ubi puts in the effort, it could actually be a really incredible feature in the game. We also got the theme names for the Villains DLC on top of other details we'll talk about later on in this video, which the Villains DLC will be launching over the span of the year following Far Cry 6's launch. The names are Insanity, Control, and Collapse, starting with Voss, then Pagan Min, then Joseph Seed through each DLC, where it will be more of a roguelite experience. Insanity drops first early on in November, then Control is set to launch in January, and Collapse in March of 2022. I have a past video on it where I was actually right about a bunch of things, so if you want to watch it, there will be a link at the end of the video. But equally as hype as free content and weeklies, plus the themed names of the Villains DLC, we also learned about 3 free crossover missions, where you'll join up with fucking Dani Trejo, of all people. As if having Giancarlo Esposito wasn't enough star power, Far Cry 6 is a hell of a flex. You'll also join up with a wannabe Rambo knockoff taking on the Yaren military themed after 80s action blockbusters. And then the one I least saw coming, a tie-over to Stranger Things where you'll be saving chorizo from the Upside Down, which I'm gonna make a big bet here. Stranger Things DLC sounds like something good for a Halloween update, so maybe we'll see that in Halloween 2022. We're gonna have to wait and find out. Delivering tacos with Dani Trejo sounds like the most ridiculous thing ever, and I'm gonna love the shit out of it. The Rambo DLC is probably going to have a lot of similar vibes to some past entries from Far Cry games, like Hours of Darkness, and maybe hopefully even some of Blood Dragon's sense of humor. And then the Stranger Things DLC I can already tell is going to be really hype. It'll be a huge change of pace environmentally from Far Cry 6, and potentially could lead to some new gameplay objectives and, horror elements and stuff like that, and that would be really refreshing. Admittedly, I think I'm about as excited for the Season Pass Villains DLC as I am for the base game in Far Cry 6 though, and the new details we got today confirmed a ton from my last video on the DLC. But we also got to see a bunch of new things too, like freaking powers, man! Still standing as the first we're seeing here, where you'll be able to survive from death and get a full heal, and there will probably be others along the way, as well as traits, which are like more permanent upgrades. And we also got to see the weapon upgrading system at play. Basically, what you're going to have are cases for your weapons, and using currency to upgrade those cases, you're going to be able to increase the stats on your weapons, as well as unlock new weapon mods to use along the way. And in order to unlock those weapons, you're going to have to complete armory challenges that you'll find across the map throughout each DLC. But on top of that, the DLC has a unique formula of die and retry. When you start, you have basically nothing but a pistol or maybe less, and as you take down bad guys and scavenge for resources, you can return to your camp to buy new equipment and weapons to go out with. I know a lot of people are saying Far Cry 6 is a lot of the same old from the series, and I'm not going to deny that at all. But this DLC is actually something really fresh for Far Cry games. As the first roguelite experience in a Far Cry game, it's not a total reinvention of the series, but if the maps are built well and the looping and loop progression is well planned, it could actually be an incredibly fresh spin on the Far Cry formula, if even only for a DLC or 2. Or 3. So, Far Cry 6 has some crazy post-launch content planned, and from the sounds of it, there's being an honest effort put into it from the Villains DLC to the crossover DLC. And more so unexpectedly is how much of this is going to be free for us. So, I want to know, what do you think of the Season Pass and all the free content? Will you be playing through Operations? Why is Juan Cortez the most relatable character in the game? Let me know all of your thoughts and feels in the comments down below, but for now, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.